Howdy, 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 and welcome to another episode of the DirtInfo podcast. Hey, Carter, hit the like button.
I pressed it.
See, that
I,
was
I
super easy.
unlike. I'm just kidding. Those are.
But you see how easy that was? If y'all could just go ahead and do the same as Carter and hit the like button or the subscribe button or both. We're not picky.
If you're in your car listening, honk the horn.
Yeah, that works too. At least people will know.
They'll know what it means. Trust me, they'll
Yeah.
know.
Oh, they like what they're listening to. Uh, but with that, let's go ahead and jump into our first segment. And
It's called Stylin and Profile.
thanks, Rick. Carter, let's have you start.
I got a oh, McKay Winger shirt on from when he was in the '99, which was like what last year. I don't think he's in that car anymore. Um,
Like last month, but
yeah,
yeah.
whatever I don't know when he
Yeah.
got out of it, but I don't even remember. I got this last year at probably Fairbury, if I had to guess. I remember I was going to get it at Sycamore when he was there for the Dirt King show last year, but I didn't see any shirts and I wasn't walking up to him, so I waited till Fairbury instead.
Right now. So, um, well, I'm wearing this is a fairly understated piece, but I'm wearing a Dan Ebert shirt. I picked this up last year at the WISSOTA 100. It's the only brown one I got. It was kind of like a fall color, and it's kind of chilly out there, and it feels like it's going to be a little chilly for a while. So while I know it's a false fall, I'm gonna wear my fall colors while we got it. The special season is right around the corner. This dandy will be out plenty. So,
All my brown racing, actually they're all sweatshirts, but all of them, all the brown ones are from fall specials. So they like the brown for the fall specials.
yep, yep. So, the back of this one's pretty cool. It's got like a checkered flag on it, and the car and the orange, and it looks real good. Goes good around this time. Well, not this time of year, but in a few weeks
Yeah, real
it'll
soon.
fit right in. Yeah. So, but anyway, with that, Carter, you went racing again. I've been on almost a month-long hiatus that may end. Stay tuned to find out more. But you went racing and quite a bit. So tell us what you did.
Yep, Thursday was at Wisconsin International Raceway, which is the asphalt track in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. I try to get there at least once a year. It was normal asphalt racing. That's probably my least favorite asphalt track because, well, half of it. I like the quarter mile there. The half mile, not very cool. And I don't know if I ever mentioned this rule, but on the half mile there, they can't run three wide because of safety. And I get
Oh.
safety, but come on, you can't run three wide at a racetrack. I don't know about that, but it's yeah,
How
the
can it be
half
wide
mile.
enough to go three wide, but not safe enough to go three
Yeah, well,
wide?
you might as well
Put a rail or
bring in the
something up
wall. Yeah,
there. Yeah.
but yeah, the late models or the yeah, late models and then the pro late models on the half mile are usually just single file, pretty spread out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that. But then Friday I was at Plymouth. They ran Friday this week and they had the Dirt Kings. I think it was 3,500 to win. And Mike Mullen, your notes are wrong. Don't look at them.
Okay.
It's not. It wasn't 1,500. It was more.
Okay.
But Mike Mullen ended up winning. And it was a good race with Nick Anvelink. Anvelink led a good chunk of it, and then Mike Mullen got by with like two to go. And then coming into 3 and 4 in the last lap, Mullen was kind of stuck by a lapper. And I thought Anvelink was going to get him, but Mullen got enough of a run on the outside to end up winning that one. So and then he took the points lead. Or no, he was tied after that race. He was tied with Brett Swedberg in the points for Dirt Kings. And then I went to Shawano the next day, where the Dirt Kings were again. And Nick Ambling ended up winning that race, and he became the all-time feature win leader at Shawano. So I didn't even realize it at the time. But in that race, Brett Swedberg, who was tied with him in the points, got a flat tire, which I was disappointed in because they were both running towards the front. So going into the final in like a month would have been one heck of a points battle. But now Mullins got a 12-point lead. But I think it's 2 points per position. So it's still there's a chance for it to happen. But yeah, it was the points leader has switched like 4 times over the last week since the Hill Raceway last Thursday. I think they've switched a bunch. There's like 4 or 5 guys that are all right there. Um, So yeah,
Can't ask
that
for much more for that as a
yeah,
series,
I
right?
like a good
Like,
points battle. I'll take it. So
yeah.
then on Sunday, I picked up a new track at Toma Sparta Speedway in Toma, Wisconsin. They had Hobby Fest, which is like, it was a hobby stock special. They had 20 exact, which for there is a good car count. They usually get sevens, so it's a pretty big jump. I'll take 20.
Nearly triple.
Yeah. Um, and that was still asphalt, but better than the super late models on a half mile. They at least there was some side by side racing on because it's a quarter mile at Toma, so I was pleased with it for asphalt, and I ran into Chris Stepp in there too. He was there for his
Oh,
first
nice.
time there. I saw he posted on Facebook, and I stopped over by him and talked to him for a good while. So that was cool. Cool that he was picking up a new track same time I was. He's only about 300 ahead of me, so I'm making my way, catching up.
Hey, that probably means even still though, it's kind of cool that you both got checked off the same track at the same
Same
time.
exact
So
day, yeah.
even though he's 300 ahead of you, he wasn't
I'm
that one
close to
ahead
him
of
in
you.
Wisconsin tracks. I think I have 35 Wisconsin tracks, and he has 41. So I'm close there. There's one thing I'm
Closing the
close.
distance.
Yeah,
Age is on your side, so.
exactly. But yeah, that was all I did this weekend. Just only 4 races, a light weekend.
Just a light weekend, yeah. No, so I didn't go racing, but I did give a little bit of a rundown of a crazy week I had coming up, an exciting week, and so I guess I wanted to celebrate some wins and maybe tell some stories real quick. So I'll try to make it brief. I know that's not my strong suit, but we'll do my best. Before we get started, though, I'll have you know I was going to trust you over my notes. I was just curious what the notes said. I was just, I was like, he was there, I wasn't. I'm going to trust him. But
Shawano was 2,000, by the way. It wasn't
okay,
1,500 like your notes.
yeah.
That one
So
though, it was 1,500 originally, and it got 500 added on the day of. But go on with your.
I would have trusted you all the same. I just wanted you to know that. But no. So it was a crazy week around here. I went and bought a truck for Xavier. So we never did find the Ranger, but we managed to pick up an S10. So we went and bought that on Tuesday. And so that was in South Minneapolis. I've never bought in a car where I've never gone over 30, but there was nowhere for me to go over 30 where we went and looked at this thing. So we really rolled the dice, but Kiddo hit a home run. Like this truck, we bought it without a mechanic. We just trusted our gut and trusted the situation, and finally had the mechanic look at it after we bought it, and he's like, "I cannot believe you got this truck for this price. This is insane." So he's already ordering grills and headlights and the whole nine to spruce up his truck. So that was pretty cool.
And I'm assuming you put a sticker on it to spruce it up too.
Oh God, he would never allow it. As much as I would like to, he would never allow it.
It's gonna be bad luck if he doesn't. If he gets a
I
flat
mean,
tire in the next week, it's because there's no sticker on it.
right? I mean, to be honest, I pay the insurance and keep the gas in it right now, so I can put whatever the hell I want on it. But I'll let it be his little Riz machine. I don't want to kill his Riz. And so, but so we bought that on faith that he would pass his driver test on Go 1, and it turned out he did. So on his birthday on Thursday, we got up and we made the hour trek out to the testing station and everything. And I saw him walk in ahead of me. I was kind of out in the parking lot. I didn't want to be around all the people stressing out, worried about if my kid was going to pass or not, and going, do I get to celebrate or do I have to be grief counselor? What am I going to do in about 10 minutes? And so I saw him parking. I walk in and I run up or I didn't run. I don't run, but I walked briskly up to him. I put my arm around him, like, how'd it go? And he's like, I passed. And I was like, woo! And I give him a high five. And then he looks at me. He's like, I don't know how I passed. but he did. And so the joy of passing was immediately met with real life, and you had to sit in the DMV for about an hour to get all the paperwork done and all of that. So it's like the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, pretty quick there. But yeah, that was pretty fun. And then this weekend was like, Sherry calls it my man weekend, but I've always referred to it as fantasy football draft weekend. So that was fun. A couple of buddies of mine have been playing. We've been playing for over 2 decades, like the same core group of guys, few fill-ins here and there. but everyone in the league we've known 2 decades or longer. It's pretty cool. But I went and played pickleball for the first time, and
Oh, I played
yeah,
that. We had a lesson of that in like high school, like for gym class. That was like
okay,
one of the things we did for like a month. I
yeah,
wasn't
and
very
you're
good
probably
at
like, yeah, you're probably like, this is for old people because it feels very much. And but we've been playing. You can tell we've been playing for multiple decades because we're at the go to play pickleball instead of throw axes stage of this league. But that was fun.
Who'd
I
you who'd you real quick pick with your first pick in fantasy, or who'd you get? I know you got a weird thing, but who'd you end
so
up
it's
with?
not a weird thing. It's called an auction
Yeah, well,
card.
weird for me.
But
I too advanced for me.
yeah. So I would call my first pick was my highest paid player was Josh Allen.
Oh,
So
okay.
Josh Allen, and then
Not your first pick though, because you'll get judged if your first pick was a quarterback.
no, he absolutely was the first player I
Oh, he
drafted.
was?
Now, in my defense, it's a 2 quarterback league. It's a whole
Oh,
different thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
told you it's goofy. It's weird.
It is goofy and weird. It's super fun, and we made a resolution to never change anything, including the fact that we bitch about all the things we want to change. So the complaining will go on, and the rules will stay the same. We're locked in on that. Um, but no, pickleball. I learned. I was reminded just how competitive I am, and also how. And I'm not trying to brag, but I was. I was very much reminded that having a lazy eye be the same hand that you are. So I'm right-handed, and my right eye is like. It makes everything weird. Like you're trying to watch it come in off this eye and it gets too deep and you're like, I can't hit the ball now. It's hard, but I'll be damned if I didn't find a way to contribute one way or another. I tried hard, I sweated a lot, and I learned how to serve pretty well. And we were all first timers except for a few. So it was a bunch of buddies just sucking at pickleball together. Within 5 minutes, I was convinced I pulled my groin. I took them chaps. I was like, oh, but so that was super fun. And then we went golfing the next day. I'm definitely not cut out for pickleball, followed by golf. That's too much activity. Golf was rough. I had, I think it was 2.5 good holes out of the 14.5 I played. So I showed up late because I was at Xavier's scrimmage beforehand. And so, yeah, I got to play 14.5 holes. I only played the first hole. A couple of buddies were able to sit up and watch us chip in, and I nailed a really nice chip. And then the hole following that, they were able to do the same thing, and I hit a really nice, good chip again. And then from that point forward, I golfed like crap till we got to the 18th green, and the other two foursomes that we were playing with were all up on the hill watching. That was the only complete hole I put together the entire the entire round. So I guess on that day I was built for the pressure. I needed my buddies
Be watching.
catcalling me. Yeah, I needed them to give me a little crap so I could perform. So that was all super fun. And then the draft is just absolutely bananas. As you can imagine, it was a group of guys. We did all of that, and then we went and we're all inebriated in one way or another, and then we go sit in a room together and try to auction off about 160 players. Yeah, it's pandemonium. So it was super fun. That was just really a fun weekend, and I enjoy it. And it's not racing, I know, but man, it's as fun as a race weekend to me. So if not more. But and then on Sunday I got to smoke ribs. So I did all of that, and then on Sunday I came home and I smoked ribs for Xavier's birthday. So I smoked four racks, and I still got 2 left over. So that's a win. But anyway, with all that, I'm sure our viewers can imagine we didn't catch a lot of
No.
racing. We followed along where we could, but we didn't catch much outside of what we were doing. So I'll run through a few things. I will say this though, Carter, it was kind of like a weekend of sweeps. We had a bunch of 2-day shows and a bunch of 2-day winners. So we'll start with Lucas. So they were at Port Royal for the Rumble by the River, and they had 10,000 to win Friday, 50,000 to win Saturday, and RTJ swept the weekend there. Did you see? I saw a little bit about. I guess RTJ got in a kerfuffle with Madden. Do you catch anything about that?
All I know is the slider was compared to the thing with Albertson and Dillard. So if that was the case, then I don't think it should have been something to be mad at. But I also never saw it, so maybe that was false
Yeah.
information that I heard.
I don't know. I did see it.
They
It
they
looks.
they
I
get
didn't know that we were calling Albertson's slider bad though. So I didn't. That was news to me. As of last week, I thought we were saying Kid Dillard was in the wrong. Apparently, he apologizes and all is well in the world, and now Albertson was in the wrong. I don't get that, but
and Madden and Thornton have had run-ins in the past, so
yeah,
which is funny because Madden was his crew chief last year, right? For
yeah,
like
like the
the end of
last half
the
of the year.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and now they hate each other, so it's
Apparently so.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one where they're getting heated. I did see though Madden didn't seem so upset about it. Truthfully, what I read, I didn't see anything, but I did see an
Well, he
article
was the
on it.
one throwing the slider, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't seem to be all that
Did he
upset
get?
about. I mean, Ricky went way up in there.
Oh, he just
Ricky
drove,
took a
pretty much
sniff.
drove
Yeah,
right
he
into
took
him.
a
Okay.
sniff. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So like, um, and I guess he was very, very, very upset. Ricky was quoted as saying something like, "If Moran hadn't also passed me there, things might have gotten not so good." So he had to collect himself, get around Moran, and then get back around Madden. But I watched the highlights, and I didn't think any of it looked all that bad. Just my my outside view. I didn't think any of it looked all that bad. So I was a little surprised to hear that people were pissed off after the fact. But anyway, there was another sweep there. So Mod Mafia was at Port Royal in support, and the Jerry Foster owned number 5 swept the weekend, but the driver was a bit of a surprise. Did you see who it was?
Mike Marlar was in it.
Yeah. Like I can't imagine he's driven many modifieds lately.
Yeah, not
So
lately. Yeah, I thought you were
yeah.
gonna say ever, but yeah,
Yeah.
lately he's
No,
not.
lately,
And
yeah.
that 5 car, that's the one that Troutman won 100K in, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's like the fastest modified in the country. It like almost doesn't matter who's behind the wheel of that thing. That thing is fast. Dotson's won in it this year. Troutman's won in it. Now Marlar swept. I think Ty Norder drives it quite a bit, and he's kicking butt in the thing too. Anytime he drives it, so like that thing's BA for sure. That is a very good. That is a very good car. But then we had the World of Outlaws. They were at Arrowhead. I believe I saw something about a power outage. Did you
On
catch that?
Friday, yeah, the power went out.
Okay.
And they started at like 9 o'clock or something.
Oh, crazy.
I know
As a
they got done by like 11, I guess. Oh, the late model portion.
okay.
I think the B mods or whatever might have still had some races left, but
They got through the main part of the show by 11. So it was a solid recovery, I guess. Unless you're in Wisconsin, people are pissed. We should have been done at 8:30.
I think if there's a power outage, people would be a bit more understanding. But unless it's if it's a frequent thing, it might be a difference. But like a rare power outage, it might be a bit more understanding.
I struck a nerve there. um, and Bobby Pierce swept the outlaw portion
Yeah,
of that, but they did also have comp cams ran for 10 grand, and Nick Hoffman won that. That was actually maybe I saw highlights. I think that was a good race, but if you didn't see anything about it, we can just move on beyond
it was
that. But
free
I
to
think
watch, but I was at
it
a
was
race,
free to
so
watch.
I did not watch it.
Okay. I think I might have actually watched it free to watch. I don't know. It was a blur. The only thing I can tell you for sure I watched was USMTS. I watched that on Thursday, and it was a solid race. It was a very good race. I'm trying to remember where they were at. They were
Electric
at
City.
Electric City. Yep, on Thursday. Yeah. And Tanner Mullins won, and he had to power around Rodney Sanders. So it wasn't easy. He had to come from like 6th or 8th or something. He was kind of far back there. And drove around him, and it was cool to watch because like in 1 and 2 they were kind of even, but like wherever Mullins would go, he was just faster than Sanders. So Sanders would like try to block that line, and then he's like, "Cool, I'll just run somewhere else faster than you." And so like Rodney was powerless to stop it. It was inevitable once Tanner got to him, he was going to get around him in 3 and 4, and he did. So it was a pretty cool race. And then Derek Green won so they had the USRA stock cars with them. So Derek
Oh, the
Green won.
Ironman
Or the
thing.
Iron Man, yeah,
Okay.
the USRA Iron Man guys. So Derek Green, who's from Minnesota, won down there, and I heard the announcer mention it was the first dude ever from Minnesota to win at Electric City.
Oh,
So I thought that was kind of cool. And then Friday they were at Callaway, and Mullins won again. So he was setting up. He was trying to do the sweep the weekend thing too in the modifieds. And there Pat Graham won the Ironman. But unfortunately on Saturday, unfortunately for Tanner, I think fortunately for a lot of other people, because this is kind of a cool win, but Zach Vanderbeek stopped the sweep. And he also came from kind of far back, and he was on absolute rails.
IMCA
That
guy.
dude was, yeah. I mean, kind of now, yeah,
Nowadays,
a little bit, yeah. I mean, we're gonna talk about something in a minute, and he very well might be there.
Oh, he is gonna
So,
be there. I saw on
yeah.
Facebook.
So not even very well. He will be there. So, yeah. So yeah, IMCA guy. I'll let you have it. That's kind of where he's at right now. But it was cool to watch him, and he was absolutely on rails. Like he again 3 and 4, he could nail it better than Chisholm. And once he got there, it was just like it was kind of over. That Scotland County race is pretty cool. I saw highlights, so I didn't watch the race, but I saw highlights of it. It races. It's like a little 3/8 mile. I shouldn't say little. It's a 3/8 mile. It kind of races like a half mile.
Is it
If
flat?
this makes
Isn't it
sense.
pretty
Yeah,
flat?
it's pretty
Okay.
flat. This
I've
flat and
seen
wide theory of mine.
I know they have some IMCA stuff, I think a few times in the year, but they have one in like the spring. That's the one like I know of the most. And I've seen
Yeah,
clips of it before, yeah.
yeah. I mean, these USMTS dudes, I couldn't get that out. These USMTS dudes were flying, it looked like, on there. Just absolutely hauling the mail. And it was pretty cool to watch. Racing was really good too. So we had mentioned last week that they were kind of throwing a dart over that area. That was my very nice way of saying car counts might be down a little. And it turns out they kind of were. I think
It was like
they
what, like
somewhere around.
20 pretty much every night.
Yeah, yeah. But did want to mention while car counts were down, 2 of 3 were very good races.
Yeah, you don't need
And
a big car count for a good race,
yeah, and
but
like
it is
I
cooler when there's a big car count.
it makes you feel like you get more for your money as a fan. I
Yeah.
will say that, right? You get a little bit more racing. You get some B mains where some guys might actually go
And
home
the
and stuff
race could
like
be
that.
even
But
better because it might be more fast guys. You could
yeah,
still get a good race, but it could have been better.
yeah, absolutely. And I think they'd like to have more cars there, but you strike out and try to start building a little bit more of a base in an area where you haven't had cars before. And sometimes this happens, you know.
Yeah.
Next year they might have more if they go back. I think they should. The racing was good enough to warrant a trip back, I think. So, um, but anyway, staying with the USRA guys for just a minute, Northern Lights also ran at Mason City. So Joe Chisholm was at those 3 races we just mentioned, pulled it back to Mason City and picked up a $2,000 win with Northern Lights. So, um,
I don't think that's as far as the haul is. Wasn't it earlier in the year when someone came from like Texas or something all the way there? And
yeah,
was it Ronnie
yeah.
Sanders that did that? Might have been a couple guys, but I think,
And I think
yeah,
Joe too. Yeah.
but yeah, they were just south of Iowa on Saturday,
Yeah.
so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but still kind of. I don't know how many guys made the trip, but
I think they had like
whoever many
19
did.
cars, but I don't know how many were USMTS
Yeah,
guys.
right on. That's about where they fall too. So, but the depth of field there is nuts.
Yeah.
This is a very stout 19 cars. I'll promise you that. So, um, so that was more or less the things I was following. It's more or less kind of I think what you were following too. Um, so that means we're going to talk about where we're going racing. Actually, real quick, I want to mention this. This is a sloppy transition. But did you see that Ricky Weiss won a race with NLRA this weekend?
He won 2 races, but yeah, he won at not only one with NLRA though,
Only
but
one with
both
NLRA, but
both were at Dead Horse Creek, which is quite the name for a track.
yeah, he's been dominating there ever since whatever went down. But so, who said that Ricky Weiss couldn't pick up a touring victory even though he's stuck in Canada? He picked up an NLRA win, so good for him. But anyway, so as far as the show is concerned, we're going to move on to what we're going to do this weekend. So I've been on a bit of a racing hiatus. Fairly confident it ends this weekend.
You're going
But
up to
now I
Dead
don't know
Horse
where.
Creek. That's where you're going.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in Minnesota. It's like Canada anyways. No, but I don't know where I want to go. I have like two options, and I have so Friday, it's already a half day for work. And then kiddo has a varsity or a JV game on Friday morning. So I'm just taking Friday off. So after the JV game, I'm like free to do whatever I want. So I can go kind of wherever I want racing. But the options are one, I can go see the the inaugural first annual visit of the SLMR in Minnesota. First time they've ever been in Minnesota. I can go see them at Deer Creek. Or I can go see the WISSOTA Challenge Series for the last race of the season at Grand Rapids on Friday. And I really don't know what I want to do. Help me.
Well, I was going to go to Deer Creek Saturday if weather affected my plans, but you're going on Friday. But also, Grand Rapids would have been an option if it wasn't way further away. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that is actually my hesitation. Is I've not made the drive before. Not that it really matters, but I've not made the drive and it's about an hour further. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know. But it seems like a really cool track, and there's some late model drivers up there who are really freaking good. Two that come to mind, Billy Franklin and Johnny Broking. They're just like super good. I see them at Superior. Anytime they're there, they're to be contended with. And then you get all the challenge series guys too. And it looks like it races really good.
yeah,
But
I've watched it before on Dirt Race Central, and it looks good. But also at the same time, when are you going to see like Dallin Murdy and I wonder. I don't know. I guess he's up there in points because the prelude to Boone starts, which we'll get to in a bit. But
yeah,
so I don't know, like if he's gonna go to
I
Deer
think
Creek. It's
I,
just the prelude though, so they can miss that. So if I guessed,
yeah,
I'd say he's going to Deer Creek.
I have to think so. I think it's I don't remember if it's a joint, but I think it's a joint for East and West. Maybe I've
But
got that
yeah,
wrong. But
him, Dylan
yeah.
Thornton,
Yeah, I
who
know. Like the guys we've been talking about all year about like they're Dylan Thornton's getting new cool rides and Dallin Murdy's like winning sweeping weekends, and we're asking if they're breaking out, and I'm like, they're 2 hours away. Like you should go. And so it's just tough because like Grand Rapids, they don't race a lot. They're pretty
yeah,
far up
and
there. They
they
don't have
usually
a
run
long
on
season.
Thursdays, I believe, too, which makes it
Yeah,
harder. Obviously, if you wanted to even just go
even
there on a weekly
harder.
show, you
Yeah.
couldn't really.
Yeah. It'd be a first time for me. Like I said, I've never been there, so
New
that's like
track.
always a new track. It's always alluring. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards SLMR. I do. I think I am. Probably where I'll end up, but you and everyone else will find out next week, I guess. But that's what I'm looking for. I mean, like you mentioned, like last week, Thornton won a race with SLMR. Jesse Sobbing picked up a win too. Like, and yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It is actually a hard choice. Like
Flip a
I don't know.
coin Friday morning.
I might have to. Might have to. All Sherry gets to weigh in too, obviously, and she might have an opinion one way or another too. And she'll probably whatever she's like most willing to, however crazy that might sway me. But yeah, I'm either way. I'm winning though, right? I get a bunch of cool late model drivers at a pretty cool track, so I can't lose. So that's what I'm doing racing wise this weekend. You've got a killer weekend, so tell me what you've got on tap because I'm excited and I'm
Uh,
super jealous.
well, Friday I'll be at Red Cedar to work. So I was asked to do that a couple weeks ago, and I said sure, why not? I couldn't do the rest of the weekend because I plan on going to Fairbury on Saturday for I think it's Illinois Dirt Shootout is the name, and it's Mars late models and Mars mods, and it's 10K to win for the late models and the mods. But we got a bonus since the mod feature at the PDC got rained out. It got put onto this show. So we also got an added 5,000 to win mod feature just tossed onto it. So I was pretty happy about that. I was very happy to see that. I was glad
You
it
were. I was
rained.
gonna,
Very happy it rained. And
well, the
then
few times you're happy it rained is when they rescheduled to
exactly,
the day you
it's the day
already planned on
I'm gonna be
going.
there. And now I can say I went to the PDC. So
Yeah,
then
it
Sunday
counts.
exactly. Sunday's up in the air. I don't know if I have to be at Angel Park or not. If I don't have to be at Angel Park, I'm gonna go. We're gonna stay in Illinois for an extra day and go to the Mars show at Spoon River for the Plowboy Nationals is the name, and it's
Mm.
5,000 to win for mods and late models, and then they have it's actually there's I added money to a few other classes. It's like 2,000 to win for the Hornets, which I'm a fan of, and then 3,024 for the B mods, and then they have Sprint Invaders, which are 360 sprint cars, and it's like a touring series. It goes in Iowa, Illinois area and that's I think 3,000 to win for them too. So it's a good mix of classes. I would like to go there, and it would be a new track, and I can try the famous Spoon Burger, which is a very mixed reviews on. I don't know if you've ever seen anything about the Spoon
Uh,
Burger, but
I'm
I
not familiar with
I
this.
guess they use the is it like is it made right? Is that the name like the meat where it's like it's not like a burger.
Oh,
It's kind of like a slop like the meat's like a sloppy Joe kind of where it's just like but some I
yeah.
saw some people hate it.
Loose
I
meat
saw
sandwich. Yep.
yeah, loose meat. Yeah, and
Yep.
some people are a fan of it. So I would if I'm there, I'll try it and I'll review. I'll come
Oh.
back with a review of it.
I mean, I can't speak to their loose meat sandwiches, but that's my dad used to make like anytime that he was frying hamburger, he'd make himself. He'd grab a white piece of bread and throw some
I
hamburger meat on there, a little ketchup.
I had one of those once at Boone, and I don't know if they still do it like that, but it was at the Frostbuster. And my mom went and like she was getting some, and she got me a burger, and she came back up and she was like, "It looks kind of weird." And when I looked, I was like, "Oh, what does this look like a sloppy Joe?" And she's like, "Yeah, I thought they gave me the wrong thing at first, but it was a loose meat thing." But she knew what it was, but I've never. That was the first time I've ever seen it. Tasted like a hamburger. It was just
I can tell you've
different.
never seen Roseanne. That much I can say
Don't even
for
know what that is.
sure. Oh my god. It's a television show from the 90s. It's all right. It's all
That
right.
would explain why I've never seen it.
I know you haven't seen it, but like we're showing our ages a little bit. Uh, but interesting. Well, I was gonna say it sounds like I hear a cough coming on. I just like a slight one. I can
Nope,
hear it.
I
It
got no
sounds like
cough.
It'll probably come out right around Sunday, give or take. I think
Oh,
is when it's gonna
yeah.
really get the worst.
I should hopefully know. Well, I hope I know somewhat soon because I have to get a
Yeah,
hotel still if that's the case.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, I feel that. And you're already committed, so it's not like you're not gonna go if you need to work,
yeah,
right? So
if
it's
they
just
need
a
me, I'll
matter
be
of
there. Although
100%.
if it rains out to Monday, 'cause that's the rain date, I can't make Monday for them. So hopefully that's not the case. Weather looks good in both places, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, right on. So, well, I guess everyone's going to be on their edge of their seats for a whole week to know where we ended up. You might end up at Spoon River. I might end up at Grand Rapids. Who knows? Catch us next week to find out. But as, as far as other things going on that I intend to keep an eye on, I know you intend to keep an eye on for sure. But we've got the Stock Car Rampage at Sports Park Raceway in Fort Dodge. Yeah, so 100K to win. There's some guy named Ricky, I think, is supposed to be there.
Ricky
I
Weiss,
don't know.
he's back.
He can't. No, he's busy. Prior engagements. Sorry. But I think Thornton's supposed to be there.
Yep,
I know you're talking about watching it, so that must mean Benji's gonna be
yep, or
there.
else I wouldn't be considering it. Mike Mullins there, he
Yeah.
won, or it says he's there at
Okay.
practice. He won the 10K at 141.
Yeah.
Um,
And you just talked about him winning and leading points
yeah,
in
with
late
Dirt
models.
Kings.
Yeah.
Cole is entered, so there's a few Wisconsin
Okay.
guys, and then yeah, there's 54 cars right now, at
Yeah.
practice, but practice wasn't mandatory, so I'm assuming there'll be more tomorrow.
Yeah. A few more. Is Kurt Lund there? Did you notice the
I didn't
last year's
look too
sensation,
hard.
Kurt Lund?
I basically
Didn't he like?
scrolled all the way down to Wisconsin to see who was there, but
Okay.
yeah,
Fair
you're
enough.
talking about his Soup Run or whatever
Yeah,
at
super fun.
where were they? Where
Did he
was
like?
that race last year? Oh,
300.
Farley, yeah, 300 weight.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah, yeah. Did he like lock in just from passing so many cars in the soup? I don't
I think
remember
yeah, he
that.
started like
Yeah,
late, like deep in one of the soups, and he made it all the way. Because I remember he was worried about his car was like overheating because it's been constant, and like they're longer.
yeah,
The races get longer and longer. It's not like it's like
yeah.
six,
And it's a
7, 8
half-mile
lap.
track to
Yeah,
begin with. Yeah, it's this
yeah.
gigantic
I
speed
he made it
challenge.
in. I believe I'm almost positive he made it in.
Yeah, I think he did because they had some slightly different format last year where I think he was getting passing points for all of this, and so like by the time he's like, she's tuckered out, he had scored enough points to sort of lock in. I think that's how that worked. I could have my
That'd be
memory
a
wrong, but
weird format for soup to do passing points.
well, so but it was like a qualifying night, so they had like multiple qualifying nights, and it was
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah. It was yeah.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, I
This
could
year
have that
it's
all wrong, but I could have
this
swore there was.
this year the format's qualifying and then heat races Tuesday and then Wednesday when this episode drops it's like the soup and then features, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. You might watch that. If Benji qualifies and heat race is good, I wouldn't be shocked if you
Well,
watch that.
I
So
got a message, a Snapchat while recording from the friend who's going to go with me to Fairbury, and I was Benji's laying down some heaters right now in practice. So unless it's
get
sarcasm,
your wallet out. But yeah, other and then we've got Lucas. So Woo's off till after the World 100, I guess. So they're off for a couple
oh,
of weeks.
God.
Yeah,
Oh, that works out. We might
yeah,
get like a Dennis Erb or Brian Shirley sighting at Fairbury. So
yeah.
works for
You
me.
very well might. Yeah. So, but we do have Lucas still. They're at Friday, Saturday at Lernerville. I think this is the relocated Hillbilly 100.
Yep.
Yeah. So, um,
I'm
maybe
curious.
there'll be more fireworks.
I'm curious what classes are running at that because I think the Hillbilly at Tyler County used to run like it wasn't just like a late model thing. There was a bunch of stuff going on there. I don't know. I never looked,
I
but
didn't check. I never looked. I do think it's interesting though. So I was just kind of looking at the sort of master schedule on Dirt, and I also thought it was interesting that Tyler County is running 20,000 to win super late models the Sunday after.
oh,
So yeah. So I thought that was
so
interesting.
they're still
Okay.
keeping they're still having some big show this weekend.
Yeah, they're still having a big show this weekend. So maybe that's their way of cashing in on it being moved and hoping some people go there. I don't know.
The the support class at Lernerville, it's just more one other class of late models. Kind of disappointed in
Oh,
that. I won't
that
really be
sounds
probably
about
won't be
right.
watching anyways,
XO2s.
but
Is it the Rush late models?
no, it's Ohio Valley Late Model Series, it said.
Okay, steel block guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
5,000 to
that's
win for
what
them
they do.
on Saturday or whatever the last day is. Is it Saturday, Sunday or Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday is at
Okay.
Lernerville. Yeah, yeah, and then Sunday that Tyler County thing for 20,000 to win. So, but, oh, you mentioned it. I can't. I'm the one remembering it, but you're the one who mentioned it first. Josh Richards is supposed to be
Oh yeah,
at
he's
Lernerville.
coming
Yeah,
back. Yep,
yeah.
driving
So,
for his dad again.
yeah. Feels like we might be on the precipice of like a full-time return. I know they're saying they're taking it easy and all this
I
stuff,
think they'll
but
take
who?
it easy, but I think like next year it might be like
Yeah,
fully back. And who knows, after this weekend, it could just be like, I want to race again. I want to race next
yeah,
weekend.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I
guess it's
don't
the
know.
world.
Could
I kind of expect him to be at the world. I think this is sort of the test for the
the
world.
gear up for the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, I think that's when he had all his like dominance was when he was in the rocket car and
Yeah.
everything. So if he links back up, maybe that's the maybe they're feeling some pressure and they want to get the band back together. I don't know, but I wouldn't be shocked. It was a bit of a shock retirement when he retired, and he's still quite young.
Only
So
37, yeah.
yeah,
Which
so
in racing age is still pretty young for racing.
yeah. Chris Madden's 50s out there scrapping with RTJ for
Well,
Dell.
yeah,
So
and Dale
yeah,
McDowell's out there still winning
yeah,
races.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we might see him back. Um, and then I guess worth mentioning. So like SuperNats starts not this week, but next Monday. So September
Yeah,
1st.
IMCA
Yeah,
SuperNationals at Boone.
yeah.
Yeah,
IMCA SuperNats at
they
Boone. Yeah,
got
we
on
were working there.
well, I guess that on Friday Marshalltown runs and they sort of start the week off the whole thing, and still get a ton of cars. And so yeah, they got all the IMCA class. Well, not all. They don't have the late models or sprint cars and stuff, but they got all the stuff in that kind of area. And then Saturday, the Prelude at Boone starts, and the first day it's stock cars, mods, four cylinders, and then actually technically the Supernationals do start Saturday because the mod light portion is Saturday and Sunday.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so the mod
okay.
lights are there Saturday, and then they're there Sunday, and then on Sunday it's the hobby stocks and sport mods are running, and it's a full show both days for the minus the mod lights. They got a different format because it's their Super
Okay.
Nationals, but and they run like double features and stuff because there's so many cars. They just
Yeah, they're
run
just
two
trying to get.
features to get more guys. Like more guys can
Yeah.
win, get payout and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, Monday the Super Nationals will kick off. When we were on
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday is the hobby stocks and sport mods. I think Wednesday they might be kind of mixed in there with. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is hobby stocks, sport mods, and then mods join them Wednesday or something. I don't know. It's Wednesday, Monday, and Tuesday for sure. Hobby stocks and sport mods. Then Wednesday it kind of gets weird. I don't remember exactly. Then after that it's stock cars and mods the rest of the week.
Right on.
Oh,
And then
the
the
late
late models
models.
do like
Yep.
their whole thing on Monday,
Late
right?
models
Like
do it just, yeah, because they only get like 40, 30 or 40. So they
yeah.
can do it. And then the four cylinders do their whole thing on Tuesday.
Okay.
But then after that, it's all like late models or modifieds and stock cars and stuff.
Yeah. And those get
Yeah, they have
intense.
like 280 stock cars registered and like
Yeah.
240 mods or something. Like the stock cars are higher than the mods, which for a while was not the case until like the last couple of years. And they're now taking over the mods in car count.
Yeah. Well, and I'll freely admit my ignorance. I just kind of more and more growing into this IMCA fandom, but so they run some version of like a complete show for like stocks and mods, and eventually the X amount lock in on a
Yeah,
day, and then
each
if
they
you didn't
lock in
lock in, you get
guys
thrown
every
back in the
day.
pool and try it
Yeah,
again.
every
Okay.
day somebody's getting locked in, and then there's also points involved and all a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
But the
Wednesday,
big
by the
thing
way,
is getting locked in, right? Like
yeah,
you
you
just
want to
want
be
to lock
locked
in
in
in one of
early as you
your
can.
prelim
Yeah.
days. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wednesday is stock car, sport mod, and hobby stock. They're all there. But I think like there's less races for the sport mods and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that is the longest day though of the week usually. But and back to the format stuff. Some guys too will like forfeit their starting spot and try again the next day,
Yeah, like if
which
you like say they lock in 8 and you're the 8th guy and you're like, I
yeah.
could definitely do better
And
than this.
and they start the features on Saturday, they start three wide. So if you're in the eighth row, you're not passing, you're passing way more
Yeah.
than
It's 24th,
yeah, 20 exactly. There you go. I was trying to
Yeah,
do the math,
yeah,
man, I'm not
yeah,
good at
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, instead of
yeah.
16th or whatever you may be, 15th,
Exactly.
16th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it. There's like a documentary series they put out a year or two ago that I
Yep.
watch, and it's like it does a good job of really like kind of bringing forth what makes it such a cool event. Just the I mean, some of these guys are racing 5, 6 days, straight between the couple of classes they run and stuff.
Yeah, because some guys like if you're a sport mod guy can run a stock car, so technically you could race every single day from
Yeah,
Friday at Marshalltown all the way to Saturday. You could technically run every single day
yeah,
and multiple times a
yeah,
day too. Yeah.
multiple times. Yeah, so it's a grinder, and I think you said over 1,000 cars
Yeah.
registered, and
They're
so it's just
close. I don't know what it is 'cause I saw the post a few days ago, but they might be over their all-time record, assuming they all show up. I think last year they said like 40 something didn't show up, which is pretty good given the amount of cars.
pretty good. Yeah, I know some way more to win shows that would love to only have 40 not show up. So
And the mods pay 10 grand to win, and the stock cars are seven or 7,500, 7,000. It's one of the two. But I know they're talking about raising that up to 10K too, just because of how many cars. They're at the point where it'd be worth giving them a little boost. And then
yeah,
sport mods are 5, hobby stocks are 3K, late models are 3, and I apologize to I think the four cylinders are 2 or mod lights. They're around there. I apologize to
yeah.
those two.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. That's one of the shows though where like the payout just doesn't matter.
No,
Like
it's
you winning
you're there to
SuperNats,
win the
yeah,
race. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
literally lose like your motor and stuff when you win it, but guys don't really care because it's that big for race.
Yeah.
Like they auction off the winners' motors.
Really?
Yeah, after
Oh,
Saturday's features, the motors get auctioned off.
I didn't know that. Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, really, it is just about the prestige of winning the show. See, I've told you guys, I'm not afraid to admit it. I don't know
yeah.
everything. I
There's a
did
lot
not
that goes
realize
on
they
there.
did that.
There's
That's
an all-star race
wild.
they have too that go and
Yeah.
guys that have won like say a 2,000 to win or more races, they're like they can run in that, and then you get automatically locked in if you win like 5,000 or more. There's a bunch of other little side races throughout there too, which is part of the reason it takes so long because you got race of champion heat races and all
Yeah.
this stuff. But
Qualifying and all kinds of, I saw
you
everything.
qualify for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
All-Star. Yep,
yeah,
qualify.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
bunch of stuff going on.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're going there and you're complaining about how much racing you're seeing, you're at the wrong place.
You mean they don't get done at 8:30?
No, no.
Anyway.
You love that race. They got get done at 2
You
a.m.
you
It's
get
perfect.
your money's worth.
That was because I went to one day of the Super Nationals a few years ago, and that was the only time at a race where I walked back and just I sat in Benji's trailer and wasn't watching because there's so much racing. I was like, I'm just gonna chill in here for a bit, sit by the fan and just relax for a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to get to, before it's all said and done. But that's something that I feel like for my first time, I would want to commit the whole week. I would just want to
Same.
get
I'd
the
want to. I want to
whole
do. I mean, I didn't
experience.
do the whole week, but I want to do the whole week one day.
Yeah. We had we had someone comment saying we needed to do a podcast live from there. And I was like, one,
We have to be
I
there.
appreciate how
There's
big you think we are. And two, well, I gotta work. I would love to, but we ain't there yet. Maybe one day. Aspirational goals. I love the confidence from my guy, though. I'm not going to complain about that. Um, so I think I saw too. Also, the Race Saver Nationals either is like this
Yep,
weekend or
this
next,
week
and
at
that's
Eagle,
yeah,
and they get a ton
yeah,
of 305s for that. I don't. It's
yeah.
I think it's over
I
100
think it's like
for it.
12 grand to win too,
Yeah,
or not? Yeah, yeah. I think it's 12 grand to win. I could be wrong, but I think that's the number I saw. So it's a big paycheck to win that too. So kind of cool. Those big fall specials, I guess, technically are right here, Carter. My shirt makes more sense now, but um, but that's everything we wanted to cover, which means only one thing, Carter, and it's time for.
the one for the road, and mine is so 141 released the details on their fall special, the Creek Classic they call it, at the end of September. And on Thursday, so Thursday originally on their schedule was practice, and then they have dirt late models running. And I was going to go there just to watch the dirt late models. And then when they announced all the details this last week, asphalt late models are also racing on the dirt, which is I don't know how many they'll get. I saw two guys comment saying they'll be there, so we got enough for a race.
We've got a race.
But the guy who asked for it, I what I gathered from the comments, the guy who asked for it, it was Brayson Bennett, and he races at WIR, Wisconsin International Raceway, where I went on Thursday. But he used to race a sport mod on dirt. He asked for it. So I'm hoping he's going to bring some of his asphalt buddies along, and if we can get 10, I'd be pleased
That'd
with
be pretty
10.
cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we've seen dirt late models on asphalt before. I think we saw it last year. The Southern All Stars did something with that.
Yep.
I don't know if we've seen asphalt late models. I'm sure it's happened before, but I haven't seen it anytime recently. So it'll be interesting to see how that
Yeah.
works out. I
Does
know I've
NASCAR count? But
Yeah, NASCAR. And
yeah.
the one time I know of it happening was in my area at Oshkosh, which is closed now. They did it. This was a while. They closed in like 2016, so a while ago. I don't even know if that was the year they did it or not, but they did it once. I'm not sure how it went, but that was the one time I've heard of it ever happening. Was in my area. So
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
And just in case the technical difficulties weren't just on my end, that's at 141, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. There was a cutout on either your end or my end. Probably mine,
If
but
it was yeah. If
yeah.
it might have been my issue, but I'm recording, so
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
still hear it.
They'll see it anyway.
Yeah.
Um, But well, for mine, I wanted to mention this show. I've heard about it a couple times, and it just makes me laugh. The name just makes me laugh. So I'm just going to say it's the Wiener Nationals at Moberly Motorsports Park. So it's not just a cool name, though. They also have 10,000 to win super late models. So they got kind of a big late model show going on there. And then they also have, so as is my theme, I like talking about things when they do like more fan entertainment. So they've got a couple interesting things going on here. One, Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is going to be there. So that's awesome. And then they've got a hot dog eating
I was gonna say,
contest,
they better
which
have one of
makes
those.
sense. Yeah. It wouldn't be a Wiener
What
Nationals
did
without a hot
Ogilvy
dog eating.
what did Ogilvy call? Oh, Dog Wars. That's
Dog
what
Wars, yeah. So and then they got, for kids and drunk dads, they got bounce houses.
Oh, they had one of those at Toma. I had a bounce house.
Right on. And then they're gonna have food trucks there, and then they're gonna have a live band and a Michael Jackson impersonator. So just a lot going on. And then to cap it all off, fireworks. So you know I'm in at that point. But no, I think it's kind of a cool show. And then all the proceeds go to a nonprofit helping cancer victims too. Not cancer victim, cancer patients. Oh my God, what a way to say that. But helping people battling cancer. So it's like just a cool show all around. They got cool things, an interesting name. They kind of lean into the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile and just built a whole event around it. And it's kind of cool. And
I'm pretty sure this used to be an MLRA race too, so I'm glad it's
I think it was
still around. Pierce
Yeah.
is, I'm almost positive Pierce won it. I know he used to go to this race, but I'm pretty sure he's won it a couple times.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's got some wieners laying at home, wiener trophies.
Couple wiener trophies laying around. Anyway, well, we're gonna end her there, Carter. We're gonna be screwed now. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, Carter. If they're still here,
Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow.
something. Oh, update on the fantasy football. We talked about at the end all the time. We filled the league, so high five, Carter. Way to go. So anyway, you won't hear us begging for that anymore, but you might get updates.
Yeah. Yeah, but the next
Anyway.
podcast is just going to be a live draft, no racing. I'm just joking.
Could you imagine? We've gotten so many requests for doing a live podcast, though. With not just at SuperNats, but we've had people mention doing like filming on TikTok or doing a pre-show. So I'm not saying we're gonna do it for the draft, but like there's at least one person who, when you said that, was like, "Oh, just do it live." Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm talk drunk. I gotta go. See y'all later.
See ya.
Catch you next week.